Hello guys, welcome to another video here. This will be our last video for this class here. We're going to talk about volumes today. It's kind of cool. This is episode number 11. You're almost there. So let's finish strong. All right, so let's get started with this one here. We have practiced this so much. I feel like we should know how to do this already. And if we haven't, well, there's still hope that you learn it. Okay, so let me actually pull up my my formula sheet here, because that's exactly what I use every single time. I use that formula sheet constantly when I do these problems. Okay, and let me actually I forgot to include it on Canvas, so let me actually include it for you here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Hold on, just give me a second. All right, awesome. All right, so we have here, it seems like we have two secants, so I'm gonna go look for that formula that says two secants, okay? So as you can see, if you look at the formula sheet, the formula will be the following, will be b plus a plus b is equal to d times c plus d. And then I always like to look at the picture on the formula sheet to identify what's A, what's B, what's C, and what's D. So I'm gonna say that this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is going to be my D. Okay, so B in this case is going to be 2x minus 2. And then we have A, which is 6, plus 2x minus 2. It's equal to, okay, so we have D is 5, C is 3 plus 5. So all I did was replace all those letters with the actual values. Let's keep going. So we have this 6 plus this negative 2, that will be 4 plus 2x. 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 times 5 is 40. Let me actually let me multiply those out. Notice that on this one, I'm just gonna reorganize this one here. I'm gonna write it like this just to make it less complicated, and then I'm going to distribute. So we got this times that there, we got 4x squared plus 8x, and then we have negative 2 times 2 is negative 4x, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, it's equal to 40 there. Let's simplify this guy. You're gonna get this plus this is 4x. Let me bring this guy over. We're gonna get negative 48. As you can see, all those numbers that you see in front of those are all divisible by 4. So on this one, we could actually divide all of that by 4. And this is what I'll get. I'll get x squared plus x. And then, you know, we have 48 divided by 4 should be 12. Now we're going to go ahead and factor this guy here. This should be x plus 4 and x minus 3. That means x is equal to negative 4 and x is equal to 3. Let's see which one is the one that actually works. We're looking for QS. QS is from here all the way to there. So we have to plug in our, first of all, the one that is not gonna work is gonna be negative 4, because when I plug in a negative 4 in there, I'm gonna get a negative value, and you're not supposed to get a negative value. So in here, I'm gonna plug in that x is equal to 3. That's gonna give me 2 times 3 minus 2. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 2 is 4. So this guy right here is 4. If this is 6, because that's what it's given there, then you add those two together. Okay, you add those two together and you should get, 6 plus 4 should be 10 as your final answer, and that's what you should be plugging in into Canvas. Okay? Alright, let's take a look at number 3 here. Okay, let's use a do this one here. This one, the formula is A, B is equal to C, D. If this is A, then this will be B. Okay, you could also do it the other way around. Same thing, guys. If this is C, this will be D. What you cannot do is do this. You cannot say, oh, if this is A, then this is going to be C. No, that's wrong. Okay, if you look at the formula, on the formula sheet, that's just not the way it's set up. Okay, so if this is A, this will be B. And if this is C, this will be D. So A will be 2 plus 2x times B, which is x, is equal to 12 times 7. Alright, so let's get this done. We're gonna get 2x plus 2x squared is equal to 12 times 7. That's 84. Let's bring that guy. I'm gonna reorganize this. I'm gonna put this one on front, this one second, and then I'll bring this guy over. Then since those are all divisible by 2, I'm actually going to divide those by 2. So we get x squared plus x minus 42 is equal to 0. Then I need to factor this guy. Okay, I need to look for a number or two numbers, and when I multiply them together, I get negative 42. But when I add them together, I get 1. The answer will be, let me see, 6 times 7? Yeah. So 7 and negative 6, that should work. So the answer should be negative 7 and 6. I could almost imagine that x equal to negative 7 is not going to work in here. Okay, so my answer will be x is equal to 6. And that is my only answer in here, guys. That's the only answer. If you put negative 7, you're going to get it wrong. Okay. Then we also have this very easy problems that I'm giving you that are, honestly guys, these problems are from like elementary. But later, we do much harder problems that do relate to those easy ones that you see in there. So they're not bad practice, okay? So like for example, this one is very easy. All I have to do is multiply those two, and that gives me 102.01. You submit that on Canvas, and you should get the right answer. Excuse me, guys. All right, so the area for a trapezoid, we know that is half, okay, times the height plus base 1 plus base 2, okay? That's usually the formula that I use. The formula sheet has a little bit different, but it's technically the same thing. Okay, the height in this case will be 3. The base 1 we can say is 6, and base 2 will be 2.6. Okay, when I multiplied all that out, I don't know why I put a 3 there. It's actually, so I'll add those two, you get 8.6, and you multiply that out, you should get 12.9 inches cubed. Of course, you're not gonna put this, you're just gonna put this on canvas. Okay, so 6 and 8, I'm gonna have you guys do those two. Number 8 has a formula, and number all of those have formulas as well. Okay, let's move on. We also have a formula for this, and it's the following: is half A times B times sine of C. Okay, hopefully you already remember that formula. Very simple to use. The A will be this, the B will be this. It doesn't really matter. This could be B and this could be A as well. That doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter because all you're doing is multiplying them. You know, 43 times 38 is the same thing as 38 times 43. You do have to pick this one as my C. So that would be 140. When you plug all that into the calculator, that's going to give you 525.2. Okay? And you will do the same for number 10 there. Use the same formula that I'm giving you for number 9. Plug it into the calculator, and that will do it, guys. All right, let's move on. We are talking here, we're going to do lateral area now. Okay, and what is lateral area? So let's talk a little bit about that. I don't want to focus too much on it because lateral area is very similar to surface area, but here's the main difference. Lateral area, okay, it's talking about everything that is on the lateral. So if you have a box, okay, I'm gonna draw my box here, and I'm probably doing a poor job here drawing my box here. That box has a top and a bottom. Do you guys agree with me? Okay, that box has a top and a bottom. So lateral area is pretty much surface area without we exclude the top and the bottom. Okay, so in number 11, we are going to find the area of all of this, but we are not going to find the area of the bottom that you see in here. So that bottom portion, we don't care about. We don't care about the top, and we don't care about the bottom when we're talking about lateral area, okay? Lateral area. So in this problem, since I don't care about lateral area, all I have to do, very simple, is find the area of all those surroundings. So lateral area is what's surrounding everything. Okay? So if I find, we already given the height here, and I know it's a triangle, so the height is 13.1 times the base. The base in this case is given to you as 6. We don't even need this because we only use that if we were to find the area of the bottom. Okay, so we have one triangle there. We have 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we gotta multiply this by 6. So this right here is the number of triangles that we have. Okay, when I multiply all that out, let's see what I get. I should get 235.8. So lateral area is actually easier than surface area because we're only interested on the sides, everything that is surrounding that. We don't care about the top or the bottom. Okay, same idea with number 12. In here, we don't care about this right here, the bottom, nor the top. Okay, We don't care about that polygon that you see in here. This right here, we are totally going to ignore this. Okay? Ignore. And you're only going to care about the sides. Okay, what is the area of all those sides right there? That is what we call the lateral area. Okay, so you only care about the sides. Okay, so you're going to calculate the area of that purple area right there. So I'll have you do number 12 for me. All right, number 13. Let's talk about lateral area on that one there. In this problem here, I do not care whatsoever about the top and the bottom. So lateral area, literally, this is what it means. It's the area so this is how I like to see it. It's no top or bottom. Okay, we don't care about the top and the bottom there. Now, how do I find the area of the surrounding? Well, let's take a look at our formula sheet so you can see something very interesting. Here's my surface area for this right here. I want you to realize something in here. This right here, 2 pi r squared, this right here is the area of top and bottom. Because the area, that's the area of the circles. Okay, we do not care about that. This right here is what we call the lateral area. That is the area of everything else. Okay, that is essentially what we are going to be interested on. If you want, you can write an extra formula in there. LA is equal to 2 pi RH. Okay, that is my lateral area. So let's go ahead and go back to our formula here, to our worksheet. Okay, and the lateral area for a cylinder is the following, is 2 pi RH. So 2 times 3.14 times R. If this is 10, that means that the radius is 5 and the height will be 4. When I multiply all that out, I will be getting 125.66. That's your final answer. Okay? Alright. How about this one's here? Again, guys, we only care. The only thing that we care about, it's the area of the surrounding right here. We don't care about the bottom anymore because we're talking about lateral area. So the lateral area for this one is actually pretty simple, because let's find the area of one triangle there. Okay, the area of one triangle is half times the height times the base. Well, the height in this case is 11.7. The base, as you can see, all of those are 7, so this will also be 7. And then we have to consider, here's where we need to add extra. How many triangles do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I need to multiply times 6. Okay, this right here will be the number of triangles. Okay, and those are all the triangles that are surrounding this pyramid. When I multiply all that out, you should get 245.7. All right, very good. So that should help you with number 16. All right, so let's get to the importance part, the important stuff. We are now going to focus on volume. Guys, volume is something that you have seen before. And it's something that I'm hoping not to spend too much time on, really. So, but we do want you do want to understand what volume symbolizes. Volume is technically everything that is inside. So how much space can you put in the box? So surface area was the surrounding, okay? Everything that makes up that box. Okay, top, bottom, you know, this would be surface area. When you break up that box, you will see the surface of the box. Okay? Now volume is how much we can actually put in the box. Okay, that's what volume is. So in here, if you have a cylinder like this, is how much can I put inside that cylinder? Okay, consider that if you have a tank, you know, and you fill it with water, okay, you will consider the volume of that cylinder to know how much water you can actually put on that cylinder. Okay, so that is the main difference between surface area and volume. If you take a look at the formula sheet also gives you volume as well for a lot of those shapes that you see in there. And usually calculating volume is actually a little bit easier. It's not necessarily easier, but it's a little bit easier than finding the surface area. So we have this one here. We have a sphere. We have a cylinder. We even have the area of the volume of a cone. We even have the volume of a pyramid. Okay? And those usually will be the hardest one, but they're not too difficult, I don't think. All right, so let's go back to our worksheet here and let's do some of those volumes. So the formula for this problem right here is volume for a cylinder is pi r squared height. Okay, so it's 3.14 times the radius, which is 8 squared, times the height, which in this case will be 4. Okay, you multiplied all that out. And you will get 804.25. Okay. Now let's consider this one here. This right here is technically a box, kind of like a box. And if you look at the formula sheet, you will see, oh, Mr. Ordonez, there is nothing like this. Well, yeah, that's true. But you have to use this concept right here. Volume, okay, is equal to the base, okay, length times the width times the height. So another way to write the volume is base times the height. Okay, so let's go back to our formula here, to our worksheet here. And let's consider this. Volume for a prism like that is base times the height. Now, what will be considered the base in here? Well, the base in this one, it's not this one, because then we will have two different bases, and you don't want to have two different bases. The base for this one is actually the trapezoid. Okay, and when I multiply that base times the height, that's gonna give me the volume. Remember, volume is like you stack. Imagine if you grab the area of that trapezoid, and you pretty much stack it up. Okay, so it's kind of like, or if you have like a cylinder and you put all the discs together, you know, you form a cylinder. This is what was happening in here as well. So the base, we need to find the base for this one. So let's find B there. How do we find the area of that trapezoid? Well, we have a formula for that, and it's half times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Now, some students do get it confused because they're like, what is this height? Is it this one here? No, it's the height of the trapezoid. We're only talking about the trapezoid here. Only the trapezoid. So let's focus on that trapezoid first. Okay, so what is the height of that trapezoid? Okay, it's actually, I kind of erased it for you, but it's actually 2.6. And then the base one will be 4. And then base 2, if this is 7, this is also 7. And then that's going to give me the base for that trapezoid. The area for that trapezoid. So we have 2.6 times 7 plus 4 is 11. Divided by 2 is 14.3. So this right here, the volume, this base right here, that's 14.3. Now the height will be the height of that right there. So that would be 8. We'll multiply that times 8, and that should give you 14.4. So hopefully you do the same for number 20. The formula for this one, once again, is base times the height. The base in this case is a trapezoid. Okay, so your job is to find that area of that trapezoid, just like I did on number 19. Okay, 21 is similar idea, guys, similar idea. The area or the volume is base times the height. Okay, and base times the height. But in this case, the base, it's a polygon. So we do need to find that base right there. So let's focus on that base right now. Okay, the base is a polygon. The area of a polygon can be found by multiplying half times the hypotenuse times the perimeter. Okay, the hypotenuse in this case is given to you as 5.2. The perimeter in this case, or if this is 6, it will be 6 times the number of sides. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You multiply all that out, and you get 93.6. So that is my base right there. Now, what will be considered the height? This will be this right here.